Good evening, I'm DK Ross now. Welcome back to the TTT News.
Strawberry, butter pecan, banana, and cranberry. Mango, purple, up and cherry. Taste premium choice flavor. Available nationwide. Price nice, happy pocket pennies. Taste premium choice. Taste premium choice.
Well, after that, we could go home now. But the proof of the pudding is in the eating. But while we are talking about taste, it's really yogurt that we're dealing with this evening. And the founder of Taster's Premium Choice Yogurt, Karlene Dick, she joins us this evening. How are you doing, Karlene?
I'm doing well, thanks.
No, I'm wondering because we're seeing apparently yogurt good for everything. So from your point, what is yogurt beneficial for apart from just tasting nice?
Apart from it tasting nice, the yogurt contains probiotics, which helps the stomach. It helps with digestion. It helps maintain a proper digestive system. Yogurt contains calcium, which is good for the bones, for building the bones, the teeth, hair, everything.
Well, everybody has a story. What's your story? How did you get into yogurt production?
I got into yogurt making because I was having problems with my stomach. I have been self-employed for the past 18 years, and because of the hours I kept, it took a toll on my stomach. I did the doctor had medication for it, which would last the problem would go away for as long as I have the medication. When I don't have the medication, it came right back. A friend of mine suggested that I try using yogurt. The brands that I got in the supermarket did not help. So she suggested that I made my own, which I did, and it helped. So from then on, I would always keep yogurt in my fridge for my personal use because it helped my stomach. I would then offer it to my friends and family, anybody who visited. They found it tasted good. And one person even said, Karlene, I would pay for this. And if I would pay for this, other people would pay for it too. And there the idea came up of offering it to the public. I was still doing my other business at the same time. So I would offer it to my customers as they come. And they liked it. One person offered to put it on their shelves in their little supermarket. And that's the first time it entered the public.
And that's one of the things I want to talk about in terms of getting into different markets, or as some people say, market penetration. But it's one thing to be making it for yourself. So you have your small doses, you have your containers, whatever. But it's another thing to actually start to scale up. Because I'm not going to call any names this evening, but there is a yogurt that I used to really like. And then when I saw it around the place a little more, and I tasted it after a while, I'd be like, what's going on with this? You're not tasting the same way. So were there challenges in terms of moving from creating a product for yourself towards a little more volume?
There were challenges in that I'm a stickler for quality. I like being offered a quality product, and I like offering a quality product. So the challenge has been in maintaining the quality of my product. Because of that, I have not been able to grow as much as persons would like me to grow. Because I need to maintain that quality at all costs. So my business has suffered in the involved, but it's because I'm not willing to compromise. If you talk to persons who have had my product from inception to now, they would tell you that the product has maintained its quality.
But I will say though, my dad always tells me it's nicer to have people invite you back than ask you to leave. So as opposed to say, okay, well, you have plenty product to sell. And then people say, no, man, it's not like how it used to be. They say, I wish I could get more. That's a very different side of the equation to be on. But in terms of your product, because you speak about your product and your product, we got a little idea in the jingle that played before, or the advertisement that played before, but what are some of the flavors that you are offering at this time?
Well, I like to start with the local flavors. So you have your guava, your mango, your passion fruit, pawpaw, soursop. Those are some of the local flavors that I've gone with. We also have strawberry, blueberries, things that persons have gotten accustomed to because of having a foreign product on the market. Also apricots. For the nut lovers, have the caramel, the butter pecan, maple almond, prune almond. There are other flavors as well, but we're not going into all right now.
Now, we're seeing on screen now, we're seeing an image of yogurt with something that looks very savory. Is it that people use that for sweet and savory? What are some of the uses that you see people kind of using them for?
Well, I'm also offering plain yogurt. You had a picture of that on the screen up a little while ago. So with the plain yogurt, you can use it in baking. It's very, very good in your baked products. It enhances anything that asks for milk. So if you substitute some of that milk with just a spoon, a tablespoon or two of the yogurt, it gives you a better product. You showed a picture of the naan, which is an Indian bread that is traditionally done with yogurt. There's the biryani rice that goes a lot, especially in the Muslim community. It asks for yogurt in that recipe. You can also use it in your salad dressings. It can do a substitute for mayo. Person substitute for mayo in their salad dressings. And of course, you must have a smoothie. That yogurt base, it's twice as good because apart from just using milk, you now have your probiotics. So it tastes good and it's good for the stomach.
I like the fact that you're speaking about it and you sounded like a true believer. But in terms of the...
I definitely.
in terms of some of those recipes and some of the types of cuisine that you would use it for, you spoke about some Muslim cuisine. And I also saw at the end of that ad that this product is halal?
Yes, it is. It has been certified halal by the Daraloom, and it will continue to be certified halal. We use absolutely no gelatin in the product. There's none at all.
And with that, we take a short break. I want to ask some of the other things that go in or do not go in with the product Tasters Premium Choice Yogurt. At this point in time, we are speaking with Karlene Dick. Stay with us. We return with more. Welcome back. We are speaking yogurt, and not just any yogurt, but a Tasters Premium Choice Yogurt with Karlene Dick, founder of the brand. And Karlene, you just said that it is certified halal because there's no gelatin that goes into it. What are some of the other things, because I'm not sure if cornstarch would be used as a thickener. I know generally it's a thickener, but are there other things that other people might use but you don't?
Okay, some persons would use the gelatin to thicken. Others may use the tapioca starch. There's cornstarch that's sometimes used, potato starch sometimes used, or the agar-agar that is sometimes used. However, my product does not contain those thickeners. The thickness you will get from the yogurt, in the yogurt, it's strictly your probiotic action there.
And I like the fact that you started off saying you tried other yogurts and you didn't get the results that you were looking for. So it really makes me feel Karlene is best thing that you're working with. But though, looking at the container, because truth be told, we have sampled the product and we like it. The little people, they're all up in arms and they want to steal ours and all this kind of thing. But I like the presentation for more than one reason, and I want to get into that as well. In terms of having the fruit or the flavor at the bottom of it, and you actually get a chance to see, okay, well, this is in it, and this is the amount of fruit that I'm getting. Because sometimes you say, okay, well, it's this flavor, but you feel like it's kind of gourmet portions. I don't know if it's an infusion, but I'm not really getting as much fruit as I would like. Is that something that you try to make an effort to say, okay, well, you're getting as much as you should?
Okay. Yes, it does, because I do not use artificial flavorings in my yogurt. The flavor that you get is actually and solely the fruit flavor. So I have a bit of a chance to balance the amount of fruits in the yogurt. Because we need to understand that first and foremost, it's a yogurt. So you would need to taste the yogurt. So you're tasting the yogurt, but yet you're tasting that there's a flavor, a fruit flavor. And the colors, the artificial coloring. So for example, the blueberry, you're eating the blueberry and you will actually come across pieces of blueberry in your yogurt. And that's a really good thing for me.
And how do you decide what fruits you're going to use? Because many fruits are seasonal, so is it that you're storing up during the time, or you say, okay, well, let me try this, but how do you decide, okay, well, this is a fruit that I'm going to add to the product lineup?
Okay, one of the things I had to look at was availability and the storability. So, for example, guava. Guava is seasonal. But although it's seasonal, you could get an abundance of guava in season. So guava was a very good choice in terms of getting the actual guava and preparing it for storage. That would take you through until it comes again, until it comes into season again. You have pawpaw, that's always in season. The passion fruit as well, always in season. Mango, again, you get it plentiful when it's in season. You're able to freeze, you're able to store. And that works for me. That's what I look for.
Now, you spoke about storage though, Karlene. How long, what kind of shelf life are we thinking about?
For the yogurt itself?
Oh, sorry, yes, for the yogurt, for the finished product, if someone purchases, what kind of storage life are we thinking about?
Okay, so once you have your yogurt at the proper refrigeration, it would stay with you for about 8 weeks. The only thing you may find happening is that it may start to separate away, which is because it does not contain stabilizers, right? And simply, you could just stir it back in, or some customers tell me they simply drain it off and enjoy the yogurt even thicker than it was previously.
And
if you freeze the yogurt, then it would last up to a year, properly frozen.
Karlene, who yogurt lasting that long? Who yogurt lasting that long? But what kind of markets or areas can people get this? Because I know sometimes it's not the easiest to have a product that you are the founder, you created this product, and to get it onto different shelves. You spoke about someone who was offering the opportunity, and he said that's the first time it got onto a market shelf. But where are some of the other places that people can get this product?
Okay, so in the West, you can get it at Westby's supermarket. In St. James, you would get it at John's supermarket in St. James, Wuling supermarket. There are some stores in Port of Spain, Bagans Drugs on Broadway. There's streets on Capital Plaza on Frederick Street. There's Under Wraps that's at the corner of Richmond and Queen Street. In Chaguanas, you get it at Price Club Supermarket, low-cost supermarket. You'll also get it available there. And at Food Basket Supermarket in Arima and Champlain. Those are some of the places I could think of off the top of my head. There are more places.
But you're not getting off the hook if you don't talk about Sunday mornings, huh?
How could I not? How could I not? Sunday morning at the McCoy Farmers Market. It's available every Sunday morning, and every Saturday morning you'll get it at the Farmers Market in Queen's Park, Savannah.
No, we have about 3 minutes more, Carl.
I tell you,
please.
At those markets, you would usually get the opportunity to sample the product before you make your purchase.
Okay. Now, I want to ask about how easy are some of the challenges towards market penetration. In these 3 minutes that we have, I also want to speak about legacy, because I'm hearing some sounds in the background. I don't know if that is daughter actually making some yogurt at this time.
Okay, when it comes to market penetration, I could say it's coming, now what I find is that persons are more receptive to the local product. And I'm very happy because of that. So I've had persons showing interest in the product. Some persons would call and ask for the product in their places of to offer on their shelves. Some persons still it's a bit challenging. I don't know exactly why. I always think it's a good thing to try at least once. Try it for a while, let your customers know that it's there. It's a local product, it's an all-natural product. You cannot go wrong. As far as legacy is concerned, I have a daughter. She works with me in the business. We have one other worker that comes in part-time. And it's really, right now, it's a mother and daughter effort with the yogurt. And it's something that I'm planning to leave for her or leave with her so that she too would benefit from the hard work that I put in.
And in terms of leaving with her, we have just a minute more, but how important do you think it is that you have something to leave with her as opposed to having to see her build something from scratch?
I think it's extremely important. I think as parents, when you become a parent, it's no longer about what you're going to get for yourself, but what you're going to then pass on for your children. We're not here forever. And in order to make the road a little smoother for the next generation, we as parents need to build. So this is my way of building something to leave for her, teaching her everything that I can, and at the same time encouraging her to take another step, because she could then leave it for someone else later on.
And we want to thank you for taking those steps, because while you're making that legacy, we're enjoying the yogurt as well, the product. And you can also message Karlene or at Tasters Premium Choice. Is it Tasters Premium Choice at gmail.com, right? Yes.
It would be best for the person to contact via the Facebook or Instagram pages. They're always open. I don't know if I'm able to share the phone number, but definitely I answer immediately.
Okay, and that's on.
You will get the number on those platforms.
No problem. Thank you so much, Karlene Dick, and on behalf of the entire news team, I'm DK Roster. Thank you for joining us. Have a good night.